What up, world? It's Eternal Authenticity, broadcasting live. The one and only Sky Blackwell, Eternal Authenticity, broadcasting live. Click the like button, like this video, hit the like button, like this video. I'm doing a video message. As always, Sky Blackwell. Today I'm doing a video on mental clarity. Mental clarity. So, yes, Sky Blackwell, Eternal Authenticity. Click the like button, like this video. My message I'm speaking about now is mental clarity. Mental clarity. What does this mean to have mental clarity? Well, I'm about to break it down for y'all. Mental clarity. That means to have a clear, sound mind. That means to have a calm mind. The world has a lot of chaos. The world has a lot of noise. A lot of people's minds are full of crap. A lot of people's minds are constantly overthinking. A lot of people's minds are constantly overworking. People have noisy minds. Yes, we're supposed to have thoughts. We're all going to have thoughts. As human beings, we're going to have thoughts. Thousands of thoughts every day are going to come into our brain, our mind. However, we need to have mental clarity. That focus, that stillness, that calmness within us is important. You can notice that's how you can live a higher quality of life. People that's full of drama, people that's losers, they constantly have all this stuff in their mind and they're all over the place. They're always talking, they're always making noise, they're always all over the place, they're always just being a disturbance and they're a distraction because they are disturbed and distracted within themselves. They have no peace. They have no peace within themselves. And that's how a lot of people are. That's why there's so much noise and drama going on in the world. People don't know how to find that peace within. People don't know how to be quiet. People don't know how to be calm. People don't know how to meditate and be still. People don't know how to, relax. People don't know how to be quiet. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, my message I'm speaking about is mental clarity. So mental clarity, like you got to make conscious efforts to have mental clarity. Like instead of having all these distractions, instead of doing all these things at once. Instead of having a television on, instead of playing the radio, the TV, the computer, the phone, the video games, all that stuff going all at once. That's a lot of distraction. That's a lot of noise. And it's clouding up your mind. It's clouding up your brain, But my point is like, you gotta eliminate distractions. Instead of having all these tabs and apps open on social media or on your phone, having all these apps and all this stuff, all these tabs, everything, just all the stimulation stuff, you gotta regain your focus is my point. If you know that you need to study, then you need to study. You need to be focused on studying. If you know that you need to focus on producing a YouTube video, you need to work on editing a YouTube video, or typing up a recipe or, typing up a blog or whatever, you need to be focused on that. You know what I'm saying? If you're focusing on your dreams, on staying faithful and loyal to your dreams, to your true love, your true heart's desire, you're staying committed, you need to do the work to stay focused, and that's part of mental clarity. Is something that's within. You have to develop that mental clarity. The music, instead of listening to a lot of trashy, bad music that has a negative, destructive message, that's going to cloud your mind up with drama, with chaos, with fights, with war. No, you don't want to be full of that. So instead, listen to better music. And also, you don't have to have the music blasting loud, 100 million% the loudest. Also, to get mental clarity, you can bring the volume down. That's what I've noticed. That helps me to stay calm. Because if everybody else is bumping and doing what they doing, they not even listening to the music, but they could be doing whatever. They could be working. It could be neighbors. It could be strangers. It could be customers. It could be whoever. Workers, employees, co-workers, whatever. It could be a lot of different energies around in the environment, in the community, and they're going to be doing their own thing. They're going to be doing their work. Maintenance men, trash trucks, different people, women and men, doing their work, doing their profession, whatever. And my point is like, people are stirred up, people are doing their own thing, and it's already that vibe, that energy of, hey, I'm getting stuff done, I'm doing whatever. Some people may be a maid, they may be cleaning people's houses, cleaning people's apartments, or they could be doing people's hair, taking care of people's hair, taking care of people's nails. They could be taking out the trash, they could be delivering the mail, or packages, or they could be washing carpets, cleaning carpets, or something like that, or they could be a personal trainer, a fitness trainer, whatever, or teaching swimming lessons, how to swim, whatever. My point is noise is going on, because people are alive. That's what life is. People are active. So people are active doing stuff. So my point is, at least keep your mind calm. Make sure you have mental clarity. Make sure you turn the volume down. Yes, you can turn the volume up and enjoy, good music, loud, fun, happy music, whatever. Good vibes. That's cool. But it's also a time to really focus and, be quiet and be calm. And really, you don't need to be so stirred up and stimulated and hyped up, because you're going to be out of balance. You know what I'm saying? You need to be grounded. And I'm just saying, keep in mind, be conscious, be aware, be mindful of little stuff, like the type of music you're listening to, how long you're listening to this stuff, or what you're watching, entertainment or social media or television or whatever, videos or whatever, how long you're watching, and the volume too. When you turn down these volumes and you minimize how much device usage you have, how many devices you're using or whatever, that helps to calm your mind down, instead of having all this stuff going on at once, robots, robotic toys, robotic cleaners, all this devices and gadgets and, Siri and all this stuff, this noise, television, everything, the fax machine, the printer machine, all these boop, bop, boop, 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 bop, the laundry machine, the dryer machine, all these noises, yeah, it's a lot of noise. It's a lot of stuff going on. So I'm saying that affects us internally, because we're constantly going to be kind of reacting or responding or kind of triggered, because we hear all of these noises, even from our environment noises from people's cars and trucks and construction workers and construction and sirens and planes and helicopters and all this noise. It affects us, our nervous system. This is real talk. So you got to consider your environment also. But just keep in mind, noises, vibes, that stuff impacts your nervous system. It impacts your mind, your mental health, because you're like, being alert, you're being aware, aware of your surroundings, of these noises that's, going off. So when you lower the noises, when you minimize the noises, when you make more efforts to have more peace and quiet, when you get to more of a peaceful and quiet environment, a natural environment, more alone time, You know what I'm saying? You will have more mental clarity. Also, writing and reading, reading positive, encouraging, inspiring wisdom. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm always tuning into. I'm always focusing on that, the word of God. You know what I'm saying? Because that's helping me to stay focused on having a calm, peaceful mind. A clear mind, a sound mind. Reading. I'm reading righteous truth. I'm reading honorable, righteous, positive wisdom. You know what I'm saying? And that's helping me to win in life. That's helping me to manifest my true dreams, and I'm living a successful, prosperous life forever, because I'm having a clear mind, you know, reading, writing, also staying focused, journaling, writing, and just writing tasks. It can even just be as simple as a list, a task list, for, like a grocery list or goals we have to accomplish during the day, or things we want to accomplish soon, in the near future, different simple things. It could be just simple things like getting more laundry detergent or more paper towel, or whatever, some more water or something like that. Just the little things, help our mind out, or writing down when a bill is due, a certain bill we got to pay, writing down that and how much it is, just being on top of these things, organizational skills. So yeah, that we're writing that stuff down. And then also, of course, tidying up. Yes, we can all do better at being more clean and tidy. So that's why I'm always I'm working on being more clean and tidy, especially as a man. I'm always pushing myself more so. I'm challenging myself more so to be more clean and more tidy, and I'm working on being the most efficient and the best I can be with my hygiene. You know what I'm saying? And that helps out. That helps out with my mental clarity, because I'm like, hey, I have this peace of mind. I don't have a messy house. I don't have a messy apartment. My bed is made. I have my, laundry did. I have my laundry at least, put in some bags or some baskets, the stuff that does need to be washed. Even though I have a lot of clothes, I'm saying, I'm working on being more organized and more tidy, I'm saying, with my thoughts, with my ideas, with my writings, with, just the tidiness, the hygiene, all that stuff. It helps out, the organization, because that's how you have a better focus, and your mind will be more clear, instead of having all this scattered brain, messy, scattered type of thinking, scattered type of living, with all this mess everywhere, all types of mess, trash, clutter, trash, debris, whatever, what I mean, junk. Instead of having all that, no, I'm making sure I'm just living a simple, minimalistic life, so I have a clear mind, so I have a clear vision, and I'm holding on to my visions. I'm holding on to my dreams. I'm following my dreams. I'm following my heart. I'm following my dreams. Sky Blackwell, eternal authenticity. I'm never giving up. I'm never giving up. I'm always going up to the top. I'm always staying at the top forever. I'm always the greatest forever of all time. I'm always the greatest forever of all time. I'm always the realest, most passionate of all time. Sky Blackwell, eternal authenticity. So yes, mental clarity is important. Stay focused for the long run. It's important. Like, it's a lot of distractions, a lot of chaos, a lot of fear, a lot of drama going on in the world. But at least make sure you take care within yourself. Take care of your mind. Take care of your connection to God. That's what I'm always doing. So I'm staying focused. I'm holding on to my dreams. I'm holding on to my vision. And I'm keeping it simple. I'm being me. I'm accepting myself. So I'm walking my truth. I'm I'm walking my truth. I'm sticking with it. You know, I'm following through. I'm standing for what I believe in. You know, I'm standing for what I believe in. You know, so that's who I am. One of the things is I am monogamous. I am a monogamous straight man. You know, I love my lady. I love my special goddess. I love my special queen. You know, my special beautiful angel, my princess, the woman of my dreams, the lady that's meant for me. You know, I love her and I'm with her forever. You know, I love monogamy. I'm standing for monogamy. I'm continuing to live a monogamous lifestyle. And, you know, that's part of me just accepting myself and staying focused in such a noisy, you know, shallow world. You know, I'm making sure that I'm keeping my integrity. I'm choosing to maintain my character. I'm maintaining good character. I'm living a noble, honorable life. You know, I'm holding on to my values. I'm holding on to my virtues and respectful morals. You know, so yes, much love. You know, mental clarity, making peace with yourself also, you know, with prayer, with meditation, with God, you know, getting your peace right, you know, going through that different prayers throughout your day, every day, staying prayed up, being like, hey, you know, I'm at peace. I have a great connection with God. So I have no worries. I have no fears because I'm protected by God forever. I am divinely protected by God forever because I am a true chosen one. I am a true alpha leader, chosen one, you know, so I'm on the right path forever. I'm always on God's side. I'm on the right path forever. And that's how I'm able to have great mental clarity also because I'm so grateful. I'm so fortunate. I'm so humbled to realize that God is my protector. God is my guide, you know, and, you know, I'm not having worries, you know, I'm not having unnecessary worries or any of that stuff because, you know, God has helped me to calm my mind. God has helped me to clear my mind to stay focused on my true purpose, you know. So that's my message, you know, mental clarity. Be conscious, be aware, and do your best to calm your mind and have that mental clarity for your true life purpose, for your unique life mission, you know, for your specific life journey, your unique life calling that you have. You know, you have to have mental clarity to really serve God in a better way, you know. So that's my message. Sky Blackwell, Eternal Authenticity. It's been an honor. Thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in. As always, connect with me. Follow me on Instagram. Send me some good vibes. Send me a message. Connect with me for that life coaching and for a one-on-one nutrition and wellness detox consultation session at Eternal Authenticity on Instagram, at Eternal Authenticity. Sky Blackwell messaged me to schedule a consultation for detoxing. I got you. Connect with me to order sea moss and alkaline herbal detox tea. Also to order my recipe ebook or my herbal wisdom ebook. I got you. For plant-based recipes, for herbal wisdom, for sea moss, for herbal detox teas, and for consultations, I got you. Connect with me on Instagram. Send me some good vibes. Send me some love. Send me some positive energy on Instagram at Eternal Authenticity. Sky Blackwell. Much love. Click the like button. Like this video. Like this video now. And yes, y'all stay blessed and take care. Have that mental clarity. Have that mental clarity. Remember that mental clarity is important. It's Eternal Authenticity, broadcasting live. Peace.